Yeah, I did. I said, but I'll be honest with you, at one time, I didn't really believe. And I said, well, can I ask you a question? Because, I see a lot of people that are trying to make money online and, they struggle or they spin their wheels, what have you. I said, forget about online marketing. I said, just business in general. Why do you think that a lot of people struggle while others are succeeding? And they're all in the same company. They're all exposed to the same funnels, same traffic techniques, same education. Everything is the same. And in many cases, those people are even, so you've seen it, those people are putting in more time than some of the others that are successful. He looked me in the eye and said, Miles, the reason is they really don't believe deep down in their core that they can do it. Now, some of you, I don't know who it is out there, but some of you that did clap, I don't know your situation, but I will tell you this. Those of you that have acknowledged that you believe you can do this, listen, you have everything you need here. Would you agree that tech academics is ridiculous in a good way? Would you agree? You have everything you need here, guys. You have products. I was telling my wife backstage, we have products that sell themselves. Yeah. Because people are like, hey Miles, I heard that you earned right around $30,000, the weekend that Ecom Incubator was released. Okay, and I can remember, it was November 4th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so the weekend of November 4th, we had generated $30,000 in commissions from this new product, Ecom Incubator. But here's the cool part. We didn't actually, now I think I'm a pretty good marketer, I love traffic, we didn't drive any traffic, we didn't do any marketing. What's cool about it is I'm really stoked and excited because we're with a company where the products speak for themselves.
It was more sharing the vision with everybody else here and believing into the vision and knowing what is available for us.
Yeah, definitely. So again, I wanted to kind of just get the numbers out of the way. I think most of you probably heard that, we had generated $30,000 that first week, and yeah, we probably could have done it with our marketing and the techniques that we've learned over the years, but the product sold itself. We had a few team members that saw the vision. They took action. And then, what was this, we were 2 days later? 2 days later, we had a few more, that saw the vision. They took action, and I think right now we're up to 65,000 in commissions, promoting the Ecom Incubator. And it's easy to promote something that you really believe in. I'm telling you, I don't want to make it sound easier than what it really is, but this business is not that difficult. It really isn't. It really starts with you. Seriously. And I'm even going to give you guys a little test. You don't have to answer. In fact, I would rather you not, clap or whatever. Again, keep it to yourself. Keep it personal. If you had a vehicle, seriously guys, you had this program, or for lack of better words, opportunity that could give you the lifestyle that you really wanted. And maybe it's all about money. I mean, that's fine. Money's good. Money's a tool. If you had the training and you had the products to give you what you wanted in life, for your family, for yourself, and you had a path for getting there, my question is, would you do it? And I know the answer is yes, if you really believed in the thing. Seriously, if I'll take the example a little bit wilder. If you could snap your fingers and money would just magically appear by following this certain program or script, would you do it? Of course you do it. Now, online marketing, I'm not saying it's magic. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying that there's a foundational education that you need to learn, you need to gain, you need to be with the right company. Very, very important, guys. Because see, my wife and I, we're in this for the long term. You know, we started out in real estate, did very well until the market crashed, then did extremely bad. And we're here. And I told my wife because she threatened me.
I did.
Yeah, I can remember that. In fact, you know, it feels like it was yesterday because I was threatened, guys, in November of 2012? Yeah, November of 2012 I was threatened. And here we are, 4 years later, November 2016, and my wife said to me, she said, sweetheart, the bills are not getting paid. She knew that. Guys, never try to hide anything from your wife, seriously. The bills are not getting paid. She's getting all types of strange phone calls at her job. Yeah, I know, sweetheart.
Bill collectors.
She wasn't sleeping. I was trying to keep my real estate business going, so I was home. So when the bank was coming to our house to put the foreclosure notices on the front door, I made sure that I took them off before she got home. And I was hiding them in the drawer. And seriously, guys, I'm embarrassed about it, but I made a promise to her, so I don't mind talking about it right now. I can remember our mailman would come to the house about 3:30 every day. You know, my wife would get home around 4 o'clock. It was like a 30-minute difference. So I made sure, in fact, guys, I can remember, I would be upstairs in my office, same office I have now. I can hear everything. I can hear who's going by. So I can hear the sound of the mailman's truck coming. So whenever the mailman came, guys, I would rush out to get the mail because it was usually some type of foreclosure notice or something like that. Grab the mail, kind of stuff it away before my wife got home. And, you know, here I am thinking, guys, that I'm getting away with something. I'm feeling bad, but I'm thinking I'm getting away with something. All along, my wife knew. All along, she knew. And so, one day she came to me, she said, sweetheart, listen, we're not doing well, okay? You know, we're going to lose the house. You know, you're going to lose your car. Either something needs to change, you got to do something with the real estate, and it's not working, or you're going to need to get a job.
And the thing is, seeing somebody who is really good at what they do, he was doing really well with the real estate and everything,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, the person's just sitting there watching TV, and you're just wasting away. You don't want to see somebody doing that because you see their talent, you see what they're capable of doing.
It wasn't like
And that was
another TV
that's
person.
not him. And
Yeah.
to me, it was either that or what then? What do we do after that? We have to survive somehow. We have to create some sort of lifestyle. And that was more than anything when you had to go
And folks, listen, I mean, a lot of you know us, and you've heard this story before, but I'm going to tell you something. Because I just like to keep it real, because I'll tell you something. Can I be even more real? When you make money and you can buy what you want and do what you want, it's fun. It's freaking fun. Seriously, I mean, money's not everything, but it's fun to make money. I mean, that's my baby.
It's security for us.
You know, I love to treat her and buy her whatever she wants and just support her. I want her to be proud of me. I mean, guys, you know, you want your family to be proud of you, right? So guys, I'm telling you, you need to learn some things. You need to learn some techniques. You want to be a doctor, you need to go to school for that. But if you want to be a successful doctor, a successful surgeon, it's going to take more than just what you learned in school. It's going to take a passion, a belief, and a love for people. You know, guys, that's something I notice about no matter what it is. Whether it's online marketing, whether it's real estate, whether it's medicine, whether it's law, you know, maybe you want to be a great attorney. One thing I notice is that it always comes down to people, you know, and a love for people. And, you know, first, as I always tell my team, you need to put your oxygen mask on first, you know, take care of yourself, build your business. But after you've done that, for me, I don't know about you, but it's really, really cool to see other people doing it and to help other people do it. Because I know the feeling. I know the feeling not to have to worry about paying your mortgage or your car payment, or maybe you got your eye on a certain car that you want. You want to treat your family to vacations. I'm not telling you anything that you haven't heard before. Again, they kind of asked us the last minute to come and do this, so I didn't have any slides, I didn't really have any script or nothing, and I said, well, I'd love to do it, I'd be honored. What am I going to do? I'm just going to speak from my heart, and I'm going to share with people what really works, guys. I'm telling you, because I really want to see every single person in this audience succeed. And I know all of you can do it, but it's going to take a real belief in yourself. Can you do this? And every single day, you're going to be able to prove to yourself, again, keep it personal, but you can prove it to yourself every single day whether you really believe in this, whether you really believe in yourself. Here's the proof, because I proved it to myself. All right, back in January 2013, my bank account was minus $314. I had no income coming in at all. And Chris was on here talking about his story how when he got started, he needed $16,000 to invest in, and somebody actually, believed in him and invested with him. So he found a way. That's what entrepreneurs do. We're very, very resourceful. Well, I was in the same situation. I wanted to invest in this program I was getting involved with. Again, my bank account was minus $314. I needed $5,000 to get started. And that was all the money in the world to me at that time. So maybe I was a little bit fortunate, but I went to somebody and I didn't directly ask for the money. I shared the vision with them. I shared my work ethic, because I call it a work ethic, but I like what I do, so I'm cheating. It's not really work. I love what I do. But I shared my work ethic, I shared the vision, and I shared it with, I would say, probably would be the toughest person. Not that the person didn't believe in me, but just having to go to that person. And that was my wife.
It's a good salesman.
We were broke, guys, but she had a couple bucks left in, what was it, your 401k or something? We had drained that.
Sorry.
Okay, we had practically drained that. You had a few bucks left. So I borrowed from my wife. I took a small loan over the internet. I think the interest rate was 75%, which I really don't recommend you guys do it. I mean, I want you to do what I do, but not every single thing. But anyway, so here's the key, folks. Why would I do that? Why would I take a chance with a new business that I had never done before? I was in real estate. I've never done that before. I'm making this commitment to my wife that, who knows, it may not work. And I'll share something else personal with you real quick, since we're all in academics. I think we're all friends, so I'll share something really personal with you. My wife and I, we love each other to death. However, stress is stress. She was getting very stressed out, and our marriage was on the rocks. I was told that she was possibly thinking about leaving the marriage, but I wouldn't have let her leave. I would have chased her all over the place. It would have been kind of stressful there. But so here's my point. So all of that stuff that we had went through, I kind of figured something out back then, and nobody really taught me it. I kind of figured it out, but I didn't know I figured it out. I confirmed it like 4 years later, again, from a mentor of mine I was telling you about. And what it was, guys, is belief in yourself. And guys, I'm telling you something. It doesn't come right away. It's going to take some thinking, because, again, a lot of you raised your hand. A lot of you clapped or whatever when I talked about belief. And you agree with me. But here's the thing. I'll tell you something. I would not have taken a chance borrowing that money I would not have went to my wife because I made a commitment to her. I said, sweetheart, okay, I have my salesman hat on. I was like, sweetheart, I want to show you this program. I remember sitting on our kitchen table, and I was showing her the program. I was taking her to the back office because I had joined. She didn't even know I joined.
I had no clue he did that.
Well, see, I joined at the lower level. Okay, I joined at that lowest level, so at least I had a back office. and I'm taking her through, and I'm explaining to her how this could get us out of the hole.
I had no clue. He actually had explained it further to me like 7 times because I couldn't understand it. I couldn't figure out what he was saying. I didn't understand the words about internet marketing, all those different little words that are used these days. And I was so confused, but I had to believe in something, and I had to believe in him, and I had to believe in his determination. And what then if I didn't believe in something that he had to do to save our marriage, to save our lives, to give us the lifestyle that we wanted? So therefore, I had to believe in something in him. And that's what I did. And that's when he joined, and he extended to me a month later.
And guys, here's the really crazy part. Here's the crazy part. Before that incident, I had a little money set aside in an account. That was before that incident. I took $5,000 out of that account. That was the only $5,000 I had. And I went to some other training, okay, it was some guru, $5,000 for one weekend. And when I finished that weekend, I came out of there with, and I'm not exaggerating, I came out of there with one thing. I came out of there learning that I needed to learn how to generate traffic. $5,000, somebody to tell me, well, Miles, you gotta generate traffic. And I remember asking the mentor, I said, well, what kind of traffic? He says, Miles, you really have to learn how to generate targeted traffic. And I said to him, because again, it was a weekend at his house, and when I arrived home, we had some follow-up where you could, send in emails and ask him questions. I mean, for $5,000, he should have been available all the time. So I sent him an email. He got back to me. I said, can you explain what you mean by targeted traffic? Well, for some strange reason, I don't know if his mail provider had blocked me or whatever, but I wasn't getting any more emails back. He wasn't answering. And here I am, pretty much dead in the water. So I went to my best friend. Okay? I went to my best friend. His name starts with a G. It's called Google. And I started Googling traffic generation. And I found a small little website, a landing page, where there was a guy who, I'm sure will be speaking today. There was a guy talking about traffic generation. And he became my mentor and a good friend. And I've been with him ever since. But here's my point, guys. I want to keep coming back to belief, because I don't know about you, but I'm going to prove to you that I believed that I could do this. Even though I had no experience, hadn't made any money, I believed I could do it. And I really can't explain it, guys. I took the time to look at other people. I started looking at other people that were earning money. And nothing against those people, but they're friends of mine. Okay, I didn't think there was really anything special about them. They're wonderful people, but they didn't come from like a wealthy background, and we were all pretty much the same. And I said to myself, that was step one. I said to myself, if they can do it, I can do it. But I really believed it. Now here's the proof. You guys are going to be able to prove it to yourself, not to me. Not to your family, but to you. It's got to start with you. So many people talk about, we talk about our why. What's your why? Oh, my why is my family. My why is my children. My why is my parents. Great. Those are great whys. But number one, it's got to start with you. Do you know that you should have many whys? I believe, maybe some of you might not agree with me, I believe that your number one why should be you. Seriously, guys, you got to get a little bit selfish and take care of yourself first, because if you can take care of yourself, everything else will fall in place. Trust me, that's how we've done it. If you can take care of yourself first, everything else will fall in place. So, back to that story, and I'm going to come to the close right now about belief. Okay, why was I willing to embarrass myself in front of my wife, okay, and take a chance of losing her? Because guys, if she, which she did, if she lent me more money, I don't want to talk about all the money that she bailed me out from some real estate deals that crashed and burned, but I knew, guys, if this failed this time, when she bailed me out, plus I was on the hook with this internet marketing loan shark. I'm sorry, it was an internet loan thing. I knew it was over, and I knew that I had to go back to some corporate America job. Folks, nothing against jobs. If you have a job, you like your job, fantastic. I just knew it wasn't for me. You know, I was pretty good when I did work in corporate America, but I didn't like what I was doing. Guys, can I share something with you? When I was in corporate America, I was operating around, I was like a C employee. I did just enough to get the job done. And I could have been really good at what I was doing, but it just wasn't for me. Now I'm in this online marketing space. I don't need acknowledgement from my mentor. I don't need acknowledgement from the company. I appreciate all that, but I know I'm good at this because I love what I do. I love it. This, you know, if I can sound cliche-ish, I think this is what I was born to do. And it's not that I'm Joe Traffic. It's not that I'm the king of traffic. It's that I believe in helping other people. I believe that people can really change their lives using the power of the internet. It's fantastic. So with that belief, I said to myself, okay, I'm going to join this company. Okay, I'm going to find the $5,000. Okay, and I know I'm going to crush it like I did in real estate. But the difference is this time, I don't got to worry about the market crashing. There is no internet marketing market. It's not going to crash. I believe that I could really do it. And that's the only reason why I went to my wife. Listen carefully, guys. I would not have went to her. I would not have borrowed the money unless I believed I could do it. I'm going to give you a little example. I want my wife to talk a little more because I don't want to talk all the time. I'm going to give you a little example. There's a product out right now. I'm not here to sell you the product. You know, the product will sell itself. It's a Tech Academics product. I'm really excited about it, okay? I have proof that I was excited. You can check with Mr. Michael Hamburger. I was the very first one to wire my money to him because I saw the vision with this product. E-com incubator. Now, it's not cheap. I agree. It's not cheap. It's not all the money in the world. Hey, it's a lot cheaper than $75,000. Let me say that again. It's a lot cheaper than $75,000 for 1 year to go to college. And my son is graduating in May. 75 grand. So I always wanted to get involved in e-commerce. I was waiting for the right opportunity. I mentioned it to you before we started.
Actually, I think the weekend before, he was listening to some sort of recording from somebody else who does it.
I'm always listening.
So he's always doing research on internet stuff, so it's dedication. But he was actually listening to some sort of recording from some other guy about e-commerce, and he mentioned it to me on the fly, and then all of a sudden, within a few days, I believe, the announcement came in from Tech Academics.
I didn't even know Tech Academics was coming out with it.
We were not aware that was coming out.
I don't know. Maybe that law of attraction stuff does work. I don't know. Some people don't believe in it, but maybe it works. So we positioned ourselves where we were blessed to be able to, just put out the 25 grand. We were blessed to be able to do that. We don't take it for granted. We were blessed to be able to do that. I know that there's many of you that want to do it. Maybe you have the funds. I don't want to step my bounds here, but maybe you have the funds, maybe you don't. Maybe you could get the funds, okay? The question is, if you, not even that program, any program, if you really want to do it, and you believe in yourself, you really believe in yourself, you will find a way.
Yeah.
Because you may not have the money. Remember, I didn't have the money when I started. But being an ex-real estate investor, I understand leverage. I understand finding a funding partner or private funding, even if it is your wife. And I went out and I found somebody to fund me. And I would do it all over again. I'll tell you something. If I was brand new, let's go back to 2012, where I had minus 300. How can you have minus 314? I was overdrawn. Okay, you can only go down to zero. But this is a special time for me because I'm coming up on a 4-year anniversary that I've been online.
Yeah.
It seems like it was just yesterday.
Yeah.
4 years. And I'll tell you something, guys. If I could go back in a time machine, and it was November 2012, not 2016, November 2012, and I joined Tech Academics as a free ambassador, because I would have done that, especially free. And I heard about this e-com incubator, and this wouldn't have been easy, but because I wouldn't be talking $5,000, I'd be talking $25,000. I'm telling you folks, because of the belief that I had back then, I knew I could do this. I knew I could. The belief that I had back then, I would have found a way to join this program. I'm very excited about this e-commerce program. I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm just telling you the way I think, the power of belief. Listen, if you don't want to do something, don't do it. Nobody's forcing you to do it. I'm telling you, whether it's 2016 or 2012, I would have wanted to get involved with this e-commerce industry because I'm always big on trends. I'm always watching. My wife and I, we dabbled in the stock market for a while. We were in real estate. And by the way, for any real estate investors out there, hey, the market's coming back, especially in Florida. Vegas too, is coming back. So that's really what I really wanted to share with you, because guys, you can take all the training that you want. And I hate to see people investing the time and money to try to accomplish something, and they're spinning their wheels, they're stuck.
The funny thing, and you haven't mentioned this, back in May, when we were told about this opportunity, we were not planning to come to the event. And he told me we were actually on our way to go dancing at 10 o'clock at night. And
not just dancing, salsa dancing.
Salsa dancing. But we were actually on our way to go salsa dancing. And he's telling me, well, something came up and I want to go to this event, but I'm not sure if I want to spend the $10,000 at that time. And our mentor said, why don't you just come and see it? And we're like, okay,
he's like, yeah, he's like me. He's like, just come and hang out.
Right, and the thing was, through everything that we have been through, or our struggles, and to be honest with you, we're actually finally operating on a positive level. We're actually making a profit back in May. That meant that we were going to spend that profit to join Tech Academics.
You're good.
Okay. And we decided, you know what? Right there, 10 o'clock at night, we're on our phones changing our flight because we were scheduled to take a flight that Saturday.
You booked the flight when we were in the car.
And I actually got on the phone, and I'm like thinking, okay, here's like objections, your mind is playing with you.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I wish I could be home so I can just do it on my computer and stuff like that. But no, what we did, I got on the phone, I called the airline, and I changed the flight, and we came here. To Arizona.
That was in May.
Yes, that was in May. So that was a big thing for us. We made that investment, even though we were kind of hesitant about it.
Yeah.
But that was like the best investment, of course, that we ever
And
made.
folks, I just want to clarify, the only reason we were a little hesitant is because we had another business going that was booming, doing really, really well. So I was just so involved in that other, we call them MSIs, multiple streams of income. I was so involved in that other MSI, I'm like, do I really need another thing right now? I mean, we're crushing with that other thing.
Yeah, we didn't want to spend the time, and when we saw the vision, we came to the event. It was hands down. We just couldn't stay away from it, and I'm glad we did.
Yeah, I can remember, folks, we even missed day one of the event. So we got there Saturday.
We got here Friday night. We came to the event Saturday.
Yeah, we missed Friday.
And actually, that was our 11th year anniversary.
Yeah, guys, that was our wedding anniversary that weekend that normally people would be celebrating or going somewhere. But I don't know. There was something, I followed Chris Record for years. He might not have known that, but there was something, and what Chris was saying about, especially a guy like me who's college educated, but so what? But still, college educated. When I heard about this, I was like, what? Internet marketing, what? College? Wait a minute, let me get this right. It's a school that you can actually physically go and learn how to market, how to sell products, how to not just be an affiliate marketer, but also financial literacy, where you can actually go and sit down in class and not learn from some professor like a college who's, he's teaching, he or she's teaching because they're not out in the real world. But this particular internet marketing college, which is now called Techademics, the people that are teaching you are actually doing it. I was like, what a concept. I'm like, sweetheart, listen. I said, sweetheart, I know it's our wedding anniversary weekend, but we gotta get there Arizona. Let's just go and check it out.
Sometimes you just gotta take the action and believe in the action.
You gotta believe in your gut, folks. Seriously. So we got there. We arrived Friday night. My wife said Saturday morning we went to the second day of the event. I can remember sitting towards the back of the room because normally my wife and I we always get up front, but we got there a little bit late. I'm sitting in the back, and I'll tell you something. I never do this, never. But I was actually kind of leaning back in my chair with my arms folded.